Hello friends! Today we have an awesome trading boost session. We'll start with $7 and aim for $10,964. What do you think is necessary to earn that kind of money? Setting the right goals, and it's not about the money. That's just a secondary objective. Why? Watch the video until the end to get all the answers. I guarantee it will be useful. Let's get started. Let's hit the ground running, and I'm immediately opening a trade for the rise in the euro-dollar pair. Let's take a look at the chart where all indicators are now signaling an uptrend. We have a rising trend. The MACD lines are diverging after crossing from bottom to top. Williams is in the overbought zone. Here we have a resistance level, which, by the way, the chart has already overcome with a strong green candle. After which I waited for a correction, and now I predict growth, guided by the instruments, the indicators of the trading system. Friends, today I want to ask you a simple but very important question. Why do you trade? If you're looking at me bewildered right now, you shouldn't be. The first answer here is for the money naturally. Are there any other options? You wouldn't believe it, but there are. But we'll talk about it later. For now, let's close the first deal. The balance is $12. Let's continue with this pair for now. Again, just a heads up, over on my TG channel I host these wicked weekly challenges where we start with $150 and try to turn it into $10,000 in just 5 days. Open if you're game, check the video description for the link. And the real fun? It's all happening in our VIP secret society. You also find my deeds there. Slide into my DMS and I'll spill the beans on joining up. Check out what our previous champs have to say, and let's get back to it. In trading, as in any other business, it's important to set the right goals. And I'm not talking about trading goals, although they are also important. I mean psychological or motivational goals. And one simple question can help you with this. To what end? Let's return to why you trade. The first answer is always to make money. Okay, but you want to make money to what end? Why do you need it? Some of you might get stuck here. Dream a little, friends, take a pause and write your answers in the comments. Meanwhile, let's get back to trading. Attention on the screen. I'm going to open another trade for an increase in this pair. After the rise, there was a correction. We see this from the previous candle. But after that, Williams didn't leave the overbought zone. Instead, it rebounds from -20 mark upwards. Therefore, I think the correction is over and we will see further price growth. While we watch, let's continue our conversation. I hope you wrote your answers in the comments, I'll definitely read them. But I'm already familiar with the most popular answers. Typically, to the question of why money, I hear to buy a car or an apartment, or to go on a trip. On one hand, the answer is understandable. But let's repeat the question. Buy a car to what end? Why do you need it? Think about the answer while I close the deal and increase the investment size. Almost $23 in the balance after that trade. But I see that the growth potential hasn't fully run its course yet. There is a slight but still present balance of power in favor of the buyers. Indicators continue to point to an asset price increase. That's why I've opened another trade for the rise. Let's observe and continue our chat. So why, for instance, do you want a car? To what end? To get around? But you're getting around somehow now, by taxi or public transport. On one way or another, transport mobility is available to you, right? Try to answer this question. At this point, many start to ponder comfort, status, or the freedom of movement. Okay, that's getting a bit closer to essence. Let's dig deeper. You need comfort or freedom of movement to what end? Friends, I strongly recommend doing this mental exercise. Keep asking yourself this simple question, to what end? And write down the answers you give yourself at each stage. This way, you'll uncover deeper motives for your personal growth and development. Let's increase the investments and keep an eye on this pair. I will not drag out the video, move on to the final point with your permission. In the end, with this simple question to what end, you'll find your true need. That's one. And the second, this question often reveals to us the ultimate goal. And knowing the ultimate goal, you can think of at least 2 or 3 ways to achieve it without some intermediate steps. Let's take a short break to return to trading. I'm trading on the rise again for the same reasons. I still see no signs of reversal or correction. I think the growth will continue for at least another minute. So this way of thinking allows you to find several ways to reach your desired goal. It expands your options and helps you be as efficient as possible. But I can predict the final stage of such a thought process. Eventually, through apartments, cars, financial independence, and travels, you'll come to a simple answer. It's all about being happy and enjoying life. And now for the key thought. Yes, trading can give you that. You can earn here. There will be fancy cars, success, and a beautiful life. But the road to the end result is full of thorns. There will be losses and downturns. Friends, let's take a break. The trade closed in profit, but the growth has peaked. So let's look for a new trading opportunity. Friends, I see a chance to open a put option. Williams has entered the oversold area below the -80 mark, and the MACD lines have crossed from the top down and are diverging. So I expect a further decline in the rate. And back to our discussion. We were saying that the trader's journey from the first deposit to big money isn't easy. It's not the story of endless success from social networks, but constant self-improvement to achieve great results. This path can take several years. Now imagine what happens when the ultimate goal, happiness, is far away and you're on a long losing streak. Exactly, you feel like giving up. That's why it's important from the very beginning to set a different mindset. Happiness isn't in the money, it's just a tool to achieve material goals. Let's pause for now. The trade closes, $145 in the balance. But I see that in addition to the previous signals, the chart has broken through the low boundary of the Keltner channel. This is a strong signal to trade downwards. So I'll immediately open another trade for a decrease. Let's watch and continue. Money is just a tool, and the thrill should come from the process, from achieving goals, from personal growth, from trading itself. To successfully earn in binary options, you need to love what you do and trade with passion. At the beginning, all novices, without exception, are eager to delve into the mysteries of the enticing market trading atmosphere. They are ready to spend up to 20 hours a day in front of the monitor without breaks or days off. They are curious, like a sponge soaking up any information they can find. Friends, let's take a brief pause. The trade is nearing its close. Let's see what result we get. The balance is $268. I suggest we move on to the other pairs to look for new opportunities. Next up is the Euro-Australian dollar pair. I've opened a put option. Let's focus on the chart to decipher the signals. MACD lines have crossed and will continue to diverge slowly but surely. Williams reluctantly but still zigzags its way to the oversold zone. Meanwhile, the chart has broken through the support level and the next level is lower. There is room to move. Therefore, with a slight but still balance of power in favor of the sellers, I expect the price to decrease to the next level. Friends, there always comes a time when a streak of successful trades is replaced by failures, when you can't earn consistently. And you may come to realize that you're catastrophically tired of trading, of making deals, of constantly monitoring the market. You lose interest in trading completely, emotional exhaustion sets in, which gradually turns into physical fatigue. You start blaming the whole world while hating yourself first and foremost. Right now, for example, the chart is struggling towards the target, but it's important not to give up. If you clearly understand what you are doing, then you will see the results. I still plan to open another trade for a decrease for the same reasons. The price is on a downhill slide. Just went through another hiccup, after which I've opened a trade. The only snag is the constant zigzagging. Red candles, green candles, it's like a disco out there. But the indicators are flashing a falling trend, and they are pretty adamant about it. Friends, I've touched on this before, but here is a recap. Chasing after money alone can trip you up. And gunning for quick cash? That's a surefire way to stumble. Every trader who's been around the block, myself included, has felt the burn at least once. It's the make or break moment that makes a lot of people toss in the towel. Only the stubborn ones stick around to see the big bucks down the road. If you're not in alone, yep, that's burnout staring at you. We'll unpack that mess in a bit. But for now, let's hunt for fresher trading pastures since this pair's mood swings are more unpredictable than a TV drama. This time I'm betting on a price jump. This currency pair's doing tango just in reverse. Indicators are predicting a sunny focus. Williams is basking in the overbought zone and MACD lines just did a high five from below. The chart punched through the resistance like it was nothing, and there is another level just a hop away. My gut says the price is gonna make a leap for it. Let's keep our eyes peeled and chat. It's key to start off on the right foot, get a kick out of trading itself. Out of life even. Your gig should dish out more than just dough. It should serve up some joy too. Then, wrestling with burnouts a tad easier. Your life won't just be a series of balance sheet blues. And if trading starts to feel like a drag, the fix might just be a chill pill or a change of scenery. Not a self-kick for every dip in the account. Trade is done, but I'm not done with this pair yet. The chart's busted through the Keltner channel's roof. If the price sticks to the landing above the resistance level, we might just be in for a bull run bonanza. And it looks like the price is comfortably sitting above, so I'm going to ride this wave and open another trade predicting a rise. Let's watch and shoot the breeze. I've named the main cause of burnout, but there are others. Let's talk about them. And the first is the monotony of the job. The truth is, trading isn't as thrilling as it's often made out to be. Our imaginations paint a picture of DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street, where trading is a weird world of excitement and thrill. But that's just the silver screen. It's actually monotonous and tedious work that requires persistence and a ton of patience. And most importantly, a lot of self-discipline. Eventually, the life of a trader starts to feel like Groundhog Day, doing the same thing over and over. Market analysis, creating a trading plan, executing trades. No room for creativity, no flight of fancy, no diverse tasks. In a word, routine. And back to trading. The trade closed and we are nearly at sweet $2,700 in balance. And I'm going to open another trade up since we haven't reached our target yet. The target, the next resistance level. Right here. Friends, it's extremely important to understand that trader on binary options doesn't trade currency pairs, but finding the right moment and entry point. Another reason for burnout is the unpredictability of the market. I've seen many beginners who make their first successful trades get wiped out at the first sign of trouble. They thought they had the bull by the horns, or should I say, the bear by the paw. Long story short, they thought that they had the market figured out like Chuck Norris. But then reality hits, and it's not quite like that. For now, though, I'm on the right track. The forecast was spot on. Let's close another trade. I want to keep an eye on this pair. We are at a crossroads now. We've hit our target, but whether the chart will climb higher is still up in the air. It's crucial to gauge the market's reaction and make a decision. There is money to be made in further growth or a pullback. But for now, the outlook isn't crystal clear to me. The real danger is no matter how sharp your forecasting or market analysis skills are, or how successful your trading strategy is, there is always a chance of a false signal or a moment when the price just does its own wild dance completely off script. Such events can make you feel like you've lost the reins, leading to major disappointment and self-doubt. And back to trading, friends. I've opened another trade for a rise. Let's zero in on the chart. I'll walk you through my logic. Remember, the nearest resistance level is right here. The chart brushed against it but recoiled. After the correction, I'm betting again that the price will hit this level within the next minute. Note that despite the hefty correction, Williams didn't stray far from the overbought zone and seems keen to return. So we are waiting for an upward move and carry on. Trading is a solo gig, not an office job. The market's up and running weekdays, 24/7. This means you've got the chance to make trades anytime, day or night. The trade is about to close. There is growth, but the goal remains elusive. Let's continue to watch the chart. Alright, if you're pouring every waking hour into trading, taking breaks only for a quick 4-5 hour snooze, you won't have the choose for anything else. Eventually, your whole life boils down to being glued to the monitor, even on the lookout for that golden trade. Speaking of which, I spot a golden trade right now and I'm going for a drop from the resistance level. Time to do some chart doodling. The chart just bulldozed through the resistance level with a mighty green candle. But understand, this level is a tough nut to crack. I'm banking on a correction. Such a bullish candle suggests the sellers were almost non-existent up to this point, so their real way will come in above this mark. And if a breakthrough happens, it will be after a pullback and a gathering of strength and new surge. Let's watch this play out and keep the conversation going. Friends, I mentioned at the start that happiness isn't found in earnings. If all you do is dwell in the market, you end up sacrificing life's other joys and time with friends and family, becoming a kind of hermit with eyes only for charts. But we are still riding high. Another trade closed in profit, and we'll keep working with this pair. One key trait to stave off burnout is maintaining a positive mindset. Some folks have a gloomy view of life, scared stiff of failure. Unfortunately, they end up manifesting their fears, and what they dread most, a losing trade, becomes a reality. Looks like the upward momentum has run its course, and the price is starting to consolidate just below the resistance level. This time I'm trading on downturn. Watch the chart, I laid out the logic in detail. As I suspected, the rally has fizzled out. The quote's value has peaked and the market is entering a price normalization phase. Williams indicator is stepping out of the overbought zone, and 3 consecutive MACD histogram bars are signaling the end of the growth cycle. Where is the target now? Look at the Keltner channel. Its middle line matches the normal or equilibrium price, whichever term you prefer. The chart has returned within the Keltner channel bounce. Now I'm waiting for it near the middle line. Next, I reckon we will see some sideways movement, though flat markets aren't the worst for trading. I've done an extensive video on trading in a raging market, check it out if you haven't. For now, let's lock in the profits and scout for a new trading opportunity. Friends, I'm opening a put option. Let's dive into the reasons behind my move. It's key to understand that this currency pair is now trading sideways. We see in a clearly defined range between the resistance and support levels, where the price is currently fluctuating. Essentially, the price is trending down as indicated by the MACD lines crossing from the above. But the catch is that the previous candle pushed the price down too sharply to the lower edge of the Keltner channel, so it bounced back up like a ball smacked onto the floor. But it'll settle eventually. That's why opening a trade at the peak of a corrective candle, as in this case, almost guarantees result, assuming your market analysis is spot on. Let's wait for the trade to conclude. We've got a profit. Let's move on, friends. Okay, now I'm going for a rise. Let's decode the signals. Green MACD histogram bars indicate a convergence of lines, a signal for growth. Williams is smoothly exiting the overbought zone. The chart previously touched the Keltner channel's middle line but dropped to the lower boundary on a correction, which is where I opened the trade expecting further growth. While we wait, let's circle back to burnout. Another contributing factor is illness, particularly when compounded by an obsession with not taking your eyes off the charts in the chase for endless profit. Often, sickness is a consequence of this fixation. Spending too much time at the computer can also deteriorate your health. Poor routine, sleep issues, and chronic sleep deprivation, lack of physical activity, these lead to problems. When someone is sick, they lose the will to do anything, much less work. No problems on our end, just profit. Let's keep it rolling, friends. I'm opening a put option on the GBP/USD currency pair. Time to dissect the signals. The chart has been climbing for a while, then it hit a resistance level and even tried to break through. But will it succeed? To find out, just look at the volatility level. You can judge it by the MACD bars here. There is just none. So I don't see any reason to talk about heroic captures of levels. I expect a decline and price consolidation. Further growth might happen, but not on my watch. Friends, it's critical to catch burnout early when you can still easily pull back from it. How to do that? I'll share some personal insights later. This trade is about to close. And nice profit! Let's keep moving. I opened a trade for a fall, but with slippage. It happens. Clearly, some news just hit. In moments like these, it's usually wise to wait it out. I've talked about trading on news in my previous videos. But according to the indicators, I'm trading in the right direction, so I believe this trade should go well. If you never dealt with news volatility, here is a prime example. The volatility is intense and it's tricky to predict not so much the direction as the right expiration time, so market noise doesn't spoil the trade prematurely. So how do you spot burnout? First, if you catch yourself thinking that a new day won't bring anything good and you expect failure from every new trade, it's becoming harder and harder to make yourself work. It feels like all your activities are just a waste of time. Trade closed. I want to keep working with this pair. I think the fall will continue. Another sign of burnout is when emotional exhaustion turns physical, leaving you drained after work. when the thought of sitting down at the computer and starting another trading session is downright oppressive. It's a red flag if you become reclusive and stop socializing. Worse yet, if life beyond your screen loses its luster and you begin to indulge in harmful habits. I've been there too. Thankfully, I had the sense to pull myself out of that rut. I'll share some universal ways to do that. First off, take a break from trading. Not just for a couple of days, but for a more extended period, a month or even 6. Once you feel rested and ready to start again, sit down calmly and think through your future strategy. Set a specific earnings goal in the financial markets. Not just a general monthly goal, but daily too. Once reached, stop working, shut down the terminal, and do other things around the house or go for a walk. Friends, after the correction, I'm opening another trade for a decrease. The market's objectives are clearly after the news-induced jumps. The chart has broken this level here. Then the price sharply dropped below with the next support level at this mark. The chart even touched it and bounced, but I think it will revisit this level after the correction. Let's observe. Let's continue our discussion. Set only achievable goals. You can't realistically earn enough for a yacht or your own tropical island villa in 1 month. Consider what changes to make to your trading system to make it less risky and stressful. Reevaluate your market analysis. Maybe it's time to change entry points or expiration times. For now, I won't be changing a thing. The system is profitable. I'll stay right here and watch a little longer. Don't get logged onto your screen. Try to find support among other traders. Remember my TG channel where you can find communication and support. And remember, you are not alone. 95% of traders have faced the same problems and experienced burnout. Let's get back to trading. I plan to open another trade for a decrease. Looking at the charts, remember, I mentioned we broke the support level. Now the chart has returned to it, turning it into a resistance level. I'm expecting a bounce from it. Then the price will either go down to the next level or rise after some corrections. But I'm anticipating a decrease within the minute. So the most crucial thing is to set realistic daily goals and completely stop working once they're met. It's vitally important to distract yourself and rest. Money isn't the goal, it won't make you happy. Make time for sports, pick up a hobby, spend time with family and friends, or just take a walk in the fresh air. Occupy your mind with thoughts other than trading to give it a cleanse. Friends, now the trade is about to close, after which I suggest we wrap up this trading session. We've made a great profit today. Let's summarize. Friends, today was an epic trading session. From $7 we nearly hit $11,000. The final balance is $10,964. I hope this video motivates you. Try my trading system and apply it. But most importantly, follow the rules I talked about today to avoid burning out permanently. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out new videos. See you in the next videos. Bye for now!